Hi, this is Captain Paul Brawley with Fish Finder Guide Service, and today we're going to start out south in Baffin Bay. We're going to be looking here in the meadows, and we're going to be looking in this zone right here. You're going to try to stay shallow on this back bar here. Not so shallow you're stuck, but pretty shallow, and you're going to be throwing up even shallower as far as you can throw using cut skipjack, cut menhaden, cut sardines, mullets, any kind of cut bait. We're going to be using a Carolina rig with a half-ounce weight, about a 13 or 14-inch leader and a swivel, and a number 5 hook, and you're going to throw that thing as far as your body will allow you towards the east. You're throwing this direction against the wind, or there may not be any wind at the time you're fishing it, since it's had a lot of windless days lately. But you're going to be throwing towards the east, anywhere. You're going to take your boat up as high as you can, and then you're going to throw as far east as you can with cut bait, and you're going to looking for those reds that are moving through there. There's tons of reds moving down this sand and coming out into the intercoastal. A lot of keepers and a lot of oversized, but just barely oversized reds running that back edge on that sand. So you're going to try to capitalize by intersecting their travel path using cut bait. It's been working real well. A lot of reds coming through there. If you're in the right place and you're throwing up there far enough, you'll probably catch a red about every 5 minutes right through there right now. All right. Next, we're going to move a little bit west of there to one of my all time favorite fishing places where I have my customers' best record trout, 32-inch trout, right in this area here. There are scattered rocks, so be very careful. I call this the wall of rocks because there's a wall of rocks that runs all the way out to here, and then it got cut in half by the Rivera Channel, and it continues on into Penascal Point there, Pinnacow Point, whatever you want to call it. We always called it Penascal Point just to be, funny, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be fishing anywhere in this flat here between the intercoastal and the wall of rocks. Definitely don't run over the wall of rocks because it will hurt your boat. That area right there using croakers and or shrimp and corks. If you get closer to the wall of rocks, shrimp and corks is nice, but out in the open flat, I would rather use croakers. And you're going to be looking for really nice trout and really nice redfish, and of course some oversized redfish as they're on their migration right now. That is one of my all-time favorite fishing places ever. Moving across to Pinnacow Point, this little pocket here between the other side of the wall of rocks and this little sandbar that runs right here, this area right in here should be holding some very nice redfish and very nice trout. I would use the same methods. The closer you are to the rocks, you're going to be using a popping cork, and further out in the middle, you're going to be using croakers. Now, there are a lot of scattered rocks that are just out in the middle in both these places. I prefer to troll in and troll out to Rivera Channel in and to Rivera Channel out unless you know the area very well. Be very careful. That will damage your boat, but there are some nice trout and nice reds on both sides of the Rivera Channel. This is the Rivera Channel right in here, or actually right here. Boy, I messed that up. Anyway, Rivera Channel runs into Baffin. This cursor's giving me a lot of trouble right now, but anyway, that area there should have reds and trout. All right, let's travel a little bit further south, and we're going to come into Yarbril, and we're going to be looking at the drop right here on Yarbril. And in that area, you're going to be looking for redfish and trout. I've mainly just been throwing croakers there. If I get over here behind the spoils, all these little spoil islands right here, there's a lot of them. I will be throwing popping corks and shrimp right up on the rocks. If it's a southeast day, if it is a north day, I will get on the outside and throw back towards the spoils with croakers for trout. but there seems to be a lot of fish in that area right now. Schools of reds moving up and down that bar on this inside, and you're looking for reds, drums, and trout on the backside with corks, and pretty much just trout on the other side of the spoils. That area has been producing some fish. If you would like to wade, if you come around this little island right here and you get all out in this zone right in here, there is a ton of reds there that are for wade fishermen to get out and throw lures to. You may be able to walk up there and throw bait on them. I don't know. It's a bit grassy from what I could tell. There are some sand pockets, but wade fishermen, there's your reds right now, especially in this area. Okay, this is going to kind of be a repeat of 2 weeks ago. We talked about some black drums. There still is pockets of black drums up and down Rocky Slough, right in this general area right here, from about right here back to where I started. I would recommend on a less windy day, just trying to get in there, get up high on your burn bar, on your little front tower, on your towers, whatever you have to get you a little elevation, and make with your trolling motor, just kind of come through here. Of course, coming the other way with a southeast wind going this way, you're going to go through there looking for the little pods of the drums. They're in there in 10s, 15s, maybe some little bigger wads, 30, 40. They're floating. They're just right on the west side of the rocks that are closest to shore. So you have the deep set of rocks about where the line is, and you have a set of rocks up against the shore. They're running kind of down the gut between the two sets of rocks. I would just kind of go through there real slow with my trolling motor and try to free line or use a 1/16 ounce jig head with live shrimp. I'm hooking the shrimp, taking a little piece of the tail off and curling them on the hook or getting them on there as straight as I can. And you're going to be trying to lead those fish a little bit. The direction they're going, you're going to throw out in front of them, let them swim to the bait. I've been pretty good drum fishing right there right now. Also coming through these cuts and fishing the back sides of all these spoils on southeast days with popping corks and shrimp, looking for redfish, small black drum, and some keeper trout. Anyway, you guys be courteous to each other and have good luck.